Hi, my name is Jacob Nainhoos, and today I'll be breaking down Qantas's 2017 Feels Like Home campaign. Originally released in 2014, Qantas created a third edition to their campaign with the same strategy, but to also highlight their history-making direct Perth to London flights, as well as their new Dreamliner aircraft. The story takes place in Perth, Western Australia, where Michael surprises his wife Anna on her birthday with flights home to the UK to visit Anna's mother Jackie. In terms of the message strategy statement, it was pretty simple. For consumers who must travel to see loved ones, Qantas is an airline that delivers a service that makes consumers feel like they're already home. Since first flying to London in the 1940s, the Kangaroo route has had special meaning for Australian travellers. Qantas wants to provide the emotions and memories associated with this route, while looking ahead to a new era with their direct Perth to London flights. So the ad uses a combination of message strategies. First, an effective strategy is used within the storyline. As the audience is likely to have experienced being away from a loved one, it evokes an emotional appeal. Brand image is used as Qantas targets consumers who have used the airline before. The familiarity and love for the brand invokes nostalgia and reminds viewers of times they have flown with Qantas. Both strategies reiterate that the brand is not just an airline, but a second home to customers. So what exactly is the big idea for this campaign? Let's first look at the consumer insight, which is that Australian consumers want to use brands that give them a strong connection to their culture, and the target audience, which is middle to upper class Australian families in the millennial to Gen Z age bracket. By creating a strategy that connects the brand to the user's identity and a storyline that relates to Australian families, the big idea is that Qantas feels like home. It's assumed that the airline objectives were increased awareness and bookings of the new route. So an evaluation plan of 1, concept testing beforehand to allow insight into the effectiveness of the message, 2, on-air testing within the first 2 weeks in case any small changes are needed to maximize the effectiveness, and 3, a post-campaign evaluation to collect data through surveys, focus groups, and other things to determine whether consumers had linked the brand to the ad and if they also took action. Well, the ad does construct a successful message statement through effective and brand image strategies that tap into the consumer insight. So at this point, I don't have any recommendations. So let's talk about what kind of appeal this campaign uses. It focuses entirely on transformational appeal. It utilizes an emotional technique by using a relatable storyline that captures the viewer's attention. It also uses a social technique, tapping into Maslow's hierarchy level of love and belonging through an emotional connection to the brand and appealing also to a family aspect. The use of this appeal is highly effective and really does feed into the consumer insight. So let's look at the creative techniques that were used. The ad itself is very lighthearted to invoke an emotional response. It not only utilizes a visual technique, but an audio one as well. So Qantas' song Feels Like Home plays throughout the ad. Feels like home. That really reinforces that big idea and really adds brand recognition for previous viewers of past campaigns. So visual cues such as excitement as the aircraft pulls in, Qantas' friendly customer service, comfort of the aircraft, and the words "Our spirit flies further" assist in portraying that big idea that Qantas does feel like home. The last creative technique used is when the words introducing our new Dreamliner is placed at the end. This ensures that viewers remember this information as it is a part of the message statement. Whilst Qantas targets consumers looking for quality and service assurance for their family, these techniques are very highly successful in reinforcing that big idea. It's also very appropriate for where the airline is positioned on the FCB grid, the effective feeling. However, there is a recommendation as no information was shown about the new Perth to London route, which is a part of the message statement. So, it's recommended that Qantas clarifies what city the scene is set in and adds some text at the end to clearly promote their new route. So Qantas' advertisement launched on various media channels. The campaign was launched on television, which has a high reach and ability to pinpoint local audiences. However, it does have unreliable measurement and passive consumption. Digital, a free for consumers channel that can target consumers geographically, but also has low viewability and poor targeting. Social, which is cost effective, has split testing and the ability to manage visibility, however, it does come with a lot of noise. And outdoor, which is cost effective, has large exposures and geographic targets, but with low reach. So while these channels that were chosen were very appropriate, it was found that 60% of the target audience uses the internet while watching television, and with 73% using social media at least once a day, it is recommended that the brand focuses more on social and digital platforms rather than television. Outdoor and airport channels are also seen to be very effective, as millennials and Gen Zs are more likely to see these channels than other audiences. However, it can only be effective if the viewers have seen the visual ad. So it's key for Qantas to adhere to the AA and A Code of Ethics, which applies to all media channels. When creating advertisements, Qantas should consider Section 1.2 of that code, which states that advertising or marketing communications shall not be misleading or deceptive or be likely to mislead or deceive. Well, that's it, you guys. I hope you learned something, and thank you for listening.